Hi, my name's Tim Gomez, and this is another episode of Tim talking to himself. Brilliant. It gives me immense freedom. Because, hey, who's listening? And anyway, I only want to talk to the people that want to listen. I've been asking for a lot of help, in a sense, in all sorts of ways, as to know how to move forward. At some points, the indication is to rest, to heal, to continue to go through this process of self-discovery and not to make mistakes. And then at another point, it's like, come on, move forward. And just these last few days for me has been a massive kind of like, come on, move forward. I feel teetering on a knife edge of courage and surrender, of rest and run. And sometimes you have to take the risk. You have to be bold. I've made some bold statements already. The walls are still standing. I haven't been struck down. So, I tell you, that was nothing to the statement I'm probably going to make today. But first, I always said I'll be very honest. I have been going through a lot of personal healing, without a doubt. And it's tough stuff because you're going through so much, and yet I don't have anyone to talk to about it. No one's coming in my mind, thank you very much, not at the moment. So, to my family, I've appeared utterly insane for a few years now, and I'm probably best if you don't show them this then, because they thought I was insane for tiny reasons, and if I'd ever told them the truth of what was going on, I didn't. Note to people, if your family think you're mad, keep quiet about what might be going on. I hope to be able to make amends soon. Anyway, I digress. The aim of this is a bit of fun, because it's playful. You've got to be playful. So like I say, I've asked for guidance before my last one the other day, on Women's Day. I received the clearest of messages, which was quite literally, there is an angel in heaven crying tears of joy that you're talking. And I pray that angel will cry tears of joy again. Otherwise I might be in trouble. So I'm going to go with my intuition, because I know she wants to hear from me. I know she does. So, anyway, let's get this story started, shall we? So, are you sitting comfortably? Then I shall begin. Once upon a time, there was a guy, and he was trying to learn how to talk to angels, and learn how to hear their answers. And for a start, you've got to establish the base that angels are, in a sense, real, as abstract as they may be. I've intuitively known my whole life of a hidden realm, shall we call it. And lately, I know they're real on another level. I've talked to them. I mean, like I say, I keep this from my family for a bit longer, but I'm not talking to anyone. They're real. And what he found as he asked his questions was the answers come in very tricky ways, you know. But something he's learned, let's establish the base, is that angels have unconditional, infinite love for us all. Their role, if you like, is to encourage and at the moment protect. They are protecting us, there's no doubt about it. I've come to consider them as our higher selves, a collection of our higher selves, our eternal beings. They want nothing more than for us to have an abundant life here on earth, here, a paradise on earth. And they're pulling strings. I mean, it's very abstract thinking. But it's been so lovely. I'll tell you a little story. This is like a story in a sense, trying to find the limits of the angels. I guess there isn't, but here's a little story. My toilet got blocked. And you know what they get blocked with. Not like in the White House where it's secret papers. This toilet was blocked with the good old stuff. Now, I used to go to work each day and ask the angels, hey, look, perhaps that toilet could be sorted, and I'd say thank you to the house, and maybe you could tidy yourself up a bit by the time I get home, and I think it's worth a try, but it didn't work. I still keep trying, you know, who knows, you've got to keep trying. But anyway, his toilet wasn't happening, and I prayed, and finally I had to take the plunge. I had to take the toilet up, and you know what you're confronted with. It's not nice stuff. Sanitary workers, I'm with you, guys and girls. I mean, I think it might be predominantly guys, but you know, it's an important business. I'm with you, but it's not fun. And this is where I felt the limit of the angels, you see, because they're unconditional love, absolute unconditional love, and believe me, they were there. But the thing, you can say it is literally and metaphorically as it is kind of meant. Once I started to go down the drain, I found myself on my own. I knew when I come back up again, they'll be there. But I got a feeling angels a bit like, that's not nice stuff. You're on your own down there. We're here when you come back up to the surface. And in a way, in life, we go down our own drains, and it's a bit similar. Anyway, I did fix the drain, and I was very proud of myself. And I definitely, in life, we go down drains. Angels are always there, but they want you to be resonating with them, to be more uplifted thoughts, inspired, following your dreams. Not many dreams go down the drain, you see. So when you are metaphorically down the drain, you need to be a little bit more aware of what you're thinking, doing and saying. Because in negativity, it's too easy. I'm telling myself this again, clearly. It's too easy in life to you can almost sell your soul a concept obviously seen in the movies and stuff, but you think, that's not true. But I've had some experiences lately that show me that there are individuals that have sold their souls. And there's obviously a darker one whose name I will not mention, who's a great reaper of souls. And it's not death. He respects life. And as I was down there, I was remembering a particular dream or experience where I was with the ex-president of a certain country. He told me, as we met with his boss, not a nice man, he told me I would shit myself when I speak on television. I told him very quickly that it would be him that would need fresh underwear. Fighting talk. But I was calm as I said it. Believe me, I was under duress. Very strange experience, and I remembered it clearly while I was down the drain. Anyway, beware of where you put yourself, your attention, is the message. Once I came up, the angels were there. They didn't leave me really. And over these following weeks, there's this growing sense of being guided through this process. The ego wants to define things and get things, but the dream path that I'm on, I know personally is a divine one. I know this, and I'm not missing it. And to follow that at times, it takes a lot of introspection. It takes time. But I want quite a few people to know, and particularly someone, I'm not stopping. If I appear stuck, I have been. I'm still trying to sort my life out, and it ain't happening. It's crumbling around me, which feels right. It feels good, but to everyone it looks mad. But I crossed the line a long time ago. So I want to take my life in my hands and offer it up. I want to be with the champions. Champions, how are you doing? Know you're there. I know I'll be meeting you. I got a little excerpt from a book. A kind of book that I was kind of working on about a year ago. And then I wasn't sure if it was a good idea, but yeah, I'm just playing. So, this is an excerpt from a book I wrote. I haven't finished it. May never. It is titled, this excerpt, it is titled, The Love Bomb, and How to Deal with Dragons, Giants, and Demons. Once upon this time, there lives you. Are you sitting comfortably? Then I shall begin. My name is Tim, and I want to tell you a story. This story is different in many ways. One way is that I feel it will never have an end. I hope to tell it for all my time. Another way is that it is happening now, and we are all a part. And the best bit is that here we are, sitting at the start. At least the start of my telling you. Whereas for our hero, it all kind of started 14 years ago, almost to the day. Let me introduce you to someone. His name I will keep for later. He is not particularly tall or short, depending who he stands next to. He is a chap of simple pleasures, who would not hurt a fly. He is not normal, and never really tried to be. On the day that we are about to meet him, he was happy and grateful with his lot, and was approaching his life as fluidly as he could. Indeed, his wish was to perfect the art of being a beach bum. Oh, the beach, the sea, the sun, the sound of waves, the draw of the ocean, home. Anyway, I digress. On this particular day in May 2007, his fluid path was taking him towards what now he might think of as destiny. That is, if he thought a lot, which as a beach bum, he tried not to. Let me paint the picture. Light winds, high cloud, and some sun. Horizon almost blending with the sky, and the sky reflecting on the surface of the sea. Our hero sits on his board, minding his own business, waiting to see what may come his way. His attention was drawn to a lone figure, paddling away from a large group of surfers, the only other surfers towards him. It was quite a distance, and as she drew nearer, it was clear she was she. The moments that were about to happen were to shape the future of our beach bum in a most cosmic way, and be a point he could not help but to return to many years later, again and again. Let me take you forward to the 22nd of December 2018. We find our beach bum working. He is busy at a party where he teaches everyone to juggle and play. It is a contained chaos with music and families everywhere. Balls and diablos flying all around and squeals from the young ones. Our hero stands amid all of this when his inner voice forces him to look to the left, and his eyes lock with someone. And he cannot look away. He catches himself before the abyss and pulls himself together, blocking his inner voice which tells him to go after this person. He draws his attention back to the chaos all around him. 10th of April 2021. Our hero is luckily still alive and trying to work out how to accept a gift. You see, there are some gifts so impossibly enormous that they are beyond the mind and can only be accepted by the heart. Ah, the heart. If you wish to continue with this story, then you must accept the existence of the heart, the part of us capable of feeling and experiencing the divine truth we live in, that threshold to simplicity within, appreciation and gratitude. Our hero has been so lucky as to have had a teacher of this subject all his life, and that is called the grace of God, as that is how we must cross this worldly ocean. Anyway, that is way too deep for now. Let us go to a party, a great big party in May 2007. Our hero is a bit wasted, as it is a party very much in the rhythm of beach bummism. After camping and surfing on the west coast, he arrives at the party still salty. It was brilliant, with live music and a great mix of people. Halfway through the evening, he's in conversation with a group of people when he catches the eye of someone. She is smiling so wonderfully, and her eyes are twinkling, and our hero is feeling courageous, so a conversation is started. Before long, he has asked her why she doesn't drop everything and stay here in Portugal. Bit much really, but it seemed to work. And her eyes just did their magic. And so he did what he later realised was an integral part of this magic. He gave her a talisman, a memento, and told her very clearly to remember him. She took it very graciously and placed it in her bag. This would be just part of the mystery that later would serve to ensnare him in his quest. Now to November 2020. Dragons and emperors, emperors and dragons, sky full of arrows and spears, death and opportunity, life and change, the whole world locked in a battle with both visible and invisible enemies, our attention hung, drawn and quartered. The great yet fallen Emperor Murderrock and his entourage of snakes and demons have left reality behind in their sole quest for power. So entitled and spoilt have they been that they cannot believe how unfair it has all become. How is it possible the people have seen through the king of lies and illusion? How can it be their plans have failed? Their main champion is an odd man and the leader of a certain nation. A bad choice of champion depending which side you are on. He is a descendant of the interesting Rumpelstiltskin. Indeed, his name is now Mr. Rump, as he lost the first letter of his name in the coming battles. He was no dragon in the end. Without the support of the Murderrock family, he was finished. The tribes cast their lot and he was banished. Yet then the life of lies showed its colour. You see, this leader had embraced the ways of the snake so completely that his followers joined in treachery against the highest power, and would suffer the consequences. Indeed, Revelations was always their favourite book. He took his people so far down the rabbit hole of madness and lies that it was unclear if they could return, and like he has done all his life, he abandoned them. We will return to the Murderrock and Rump families, as we are not finished with them yet. Now I would like you to meet a real dragon, a real emperor, arguably one of the most powerful ever. He too lives on gossip and power play. Move fast and break things was his motto. A young and dangerous boy who would enjoy toppling the houses of the righteous and dividing all people. I offer you the dragon called Mr. Zuckerrock. Oh, how he loved the power, the sort of dragon who would kill ants with a missile. For many years his power seemed absolute and he toppled nations for fun. Of course he had help. In these battles it is important to identify your enemies. Some very learned warriors joined his way, as they are warriors of the visible world only. These included a particularly noxious group who called themselves Oxford Analytica, among many other names. Their leader was Mr. Mix, a man who should not sleep well. In the island kingdom of the north, the former great nation who had so much, the work of these dragons and demons did the most damage. It would seem to be a dragon's den with treasure galore and dark secrets. The champion of this disunited kingdom was a funny chap called Niggly Barrage. Being Niggly was what he did best, and with the help of Murderrock, he managed to topple the great nation, and the fishermen's nets were empty. The last chief of the Australias tribe know the Murderrocks well, and had watched the Sands fight for attention. He warned the world of their bad intent and prayed what was done to the Northern Kingdom could not repeat in his beloved Australia. The tribes would unite and agree that here was a visible enemy far more deadly than the invisible one. I almost forgot. There is one dragon who thinks he rules all others. He wrote the Book of Lies and lives through them. He divides and controls, manipulates and postures, highly intelligent in a purely synthetic way. He pulls the strings of Mr. Rump and all his clan of haters. In truth, he has the chessboard set very well, or so he thinks. As you draw close to him, you smell the power, the crackling of a killer. The Botox drips from his chin as he plans. His is the power of a mafia boss, but the days are changing for his kind. This must not be tolerated anymore. By grace, their time is up. better leave it there, huh? So, what am I doing? Actually, the mention of chess reminds me. I liked chess as a kid. And actually, champions, this is an update on the Invisible Princess. I have an update. I have lots of updates. This is a little dream I had. Like I say, I like chess. I should perhaps play it again. I had this dream or experience. And in it, I was literally in a game of chess. A mechanical, wild game of chess. It was a fantastic dream. I had a companion and we had to kind of get on this thing that took us through the streets. It was all in the streets. And at first I was doing well. But then I got, in this dream, I got stabbed in the back by a pawn, which, as I understand it, pawns are not supposed to be able to do that. It was in the back. I saw one come in and managed to dodge it. Anyway, I got stabbed in the back and I lost, in those dreams when you get started, I lost my power. I found myself on the floor searching for weapons, feeling under attack. And guess who came to save me? Not the Invisible Princess. I had her face. Now you see, in chess, you don't have princes and princesses, do you? Oh no. It was the Queen that came to save me. And she did. She saved me. Again. And I asked her for help. And I'm asking her for help again now. Because you see, I know you're there. And I want to move forward. I want to be in your film. My film's not working out so well, it's done. I want to move forward. Please let me. I've had enough of being stuck. I don't have the resources to... all along this journey I've been told I can't do anything to get my dream, to follow my dream. That it is very much an ability to keep the dream alive within. And I want to tell the Invisible Princess, please keep your dream alive and please keep me in it. Because in my dream, you're in it and I'm in it. And I don't want to settle for anything less, so please help me. And I'll reach out to all the angels. And by the way, I've kind of fallen for all of them as well now. Is there no limit to love, really? I don't want to miss this. So today has been an attempt to go for some courage and just say, well, hey, just tell a story. It's not doing anything, but I want to take action. And I need help knowing what that action is. I want to be with you all. I want to be with champions. I've had enough. I want my instrument back. And I know I've understood so much that if I had the chance to be with you, it would help me shine. You know, I want to help. I have a divine purpose. I am not just Tim. Bold statement. I know who I am. I've learned what I am. Some of. And that's led me to know who I am. some of. And I'm ready to come and make that statement. The invisible princess, I need to hold your hand. I can't do this. You know, all the best stories, you get that, don't you? I can't possibly do this on my own. So where do I find you? I hope you're well. All of you. All the champions, you know. We're going through an almighty process. Angels sit there at our beck and call, infinitely supportive. We can ask them for help and they will step in. How about we try to all really accept their existence and start asking them for direct help? And allow yourself to grow in that understanding, and it's beautiful. No need to get all airy-fairy about it. This is quite